Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Master Stage. And today we are going to discuss about the National Policy Education 1986. Let us start with a nice presentation. If you are newly watching my channel, please do subscribe and share with your friends. Policy on education, that is simply we can call as NPE 1986. So it is a policy which reshaped Indians' educational policy. Okay, it is introduced a national system of education, and one more thing, there is a equality for all students, and it is a vision for lifelong learning. Okay, let us see one by one. Okay, the background and origin for the same. The first national policy on education, it is a foundation on which national policy on education 1986 was built. Okay, the important point here, uh, challenges in education. Okay, 1985. This is the title, or simply we can say that a public debate document title, Challenges in Education, a Policy Perspective. Once again, I'm reading Challenges in Education, a Policy Perspective. So, sparking nationwide discussion before the policy was finalized. Okay, it was a great policy, and so, like the key insight here, nation policy education 1986 was not simply given, it is emerged with the broad public consultation across India. That means there are many people who were consulted before drafting this particular national policy on education 1986. And this is start with the title, like our word, Challenges in Education, a Policy Perspective. This is a important one for your examination point of view. Then who is taken the leadership for this particular national policy and education is the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. So he was dreaming that India should have the modern education system. So it is a dream document of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, and it is officially approved a draft of national policy on education 1986, and the date you have to remember, April 20, 1986. That is the parliament official. That is the main thing. Okay, under the guidance of, under the leadership of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. This is the important point here. Then national system education. Okay, so it is like everybody should get the equal opportunity, and there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, or gender. Okay, and across all the states, everybody should get the uniform standardized education system, and gender neutral, that means equal opportunity for boys and girls. So 3 points you have to remember: equal access, there should not be any discrimination on the basis of caste or creed, color, region, religion. So everybody should get the equal opportunity, and standardized education across India. So like whether it is north, east, or west, or anyone across India, all the states should follow the standardized education system and equal opportunity for boys and girls. This is the main motto of National Policy on Education 1986. Simply, we can say that NPE 1986. Okay, so the common education structure, you have to remember this. This is a 10 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, here the primary education for 5 years. Okay, then upper primary, so we can simply say that UPSC. Okay, upper primary school we used to say. So 5 plus 3, then 2 years of high school, that is a secondary school. Okay. uh, then then higher secondary, like city, there is a intermediate 2 level. So national policy on education 1986 recommended a uniform, that is 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern across all the states. So it is a replacing the fragmented structure existed previously. uh, 10 years compromise of uh, 5 years primary, 3 years upper primary, and 2 years high school. So it was there, but it is recommended uniform style across all the states. 10 plus up to 10 years it is divided into 5 years primary, 3 years upper primary, and 2 years higher section, higher secondary section. So you have to remember 10 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, this is the thing. Then equality in education. So this NPE 1986 mainly focus on girls compared with the boys. Then SC/ST communities. So is target to support the SC/ST, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students communities uplifted. Then minorities. So it's also focused on equal access to quality education to the minorities in India, and inclusive education concept. So irrespective of their disability, so everybody should get the proper and equal opportunity. So even the disabled or specially able children get the education along with the normal people, normal student. That is called as inclusive education. I hope you are getting this thing. If you are newly watching, please do subscribe. And this particular master stage uh, channel have the great content. Okay, and it will be given at free of cost. So go through this, and it will be helpful for your TET, CTET, NET, as well as those who are preparing for the hostel welfare or DSC. And also it is helpful for those who are preparing for the deputy educational officer across both the states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and national level also, SCERT, NCERT, diet lecturers. Okay, this particular channel gives the everything in English. No regional language is used. That is the main concept of this particular one. Okay, then this also like NEP, NPE, National Policy on Education 1986, emphasized on holistic development of the children. Okay, formal schooling and laying with the foundation for the lifelong learning. The concept of child care center. So it is called as Shishu Samrakshana Kendralu. In Telugu, it is Samrakshana Kendralu. So child protection center for the welfare of the children, especially those who are going for the education. So one more thing, universal elementary education. So is make sure that a strong push to ensure that every children get the proper education. Every children has to attend the school, and there is a complete elementary education in school. Okay, that is the thing. They may ask what is the full form of ECCE, that is early childhood care and education. So which is emphasized holistic development, not only academically but also curricular, co-curricular. Okay, that is the foundation given to the children. So national policy on education emphasized on holistic, that means 360 level uh, development of the child, early childhood care and education. This is an important point. And this is also proposed Shishu Samrakshana Kendralu. So that means children, child protection centers for the children's welfare and education. Okay, then modern approach is not only concerned with the primary education, but also he concerned about those who are dropped out, those who are unable to go for the formal education. So like uh, the education is not limited to the school years, but education should be a lifelong process. So he introduced the concept of distance education, where the remote, those who are residing in rural areas, unable to go to day college. So he introduced the non-conventional method. Okay, then open university. So that open university means flexible higher education access for the working professionals as well as households and rural population. So that is a main concept. So he emphasized about the lifelong education, distance education, and also recommended for the open universities across India. Okay, then we discussed primary education, then open education, then vocational. This national policy on education 1986 strongly linked the education with the productivity and employment, so that they will get the vocational training at the secondary level itself. So along with the academic ones, this vocation also introduced. So if the vocation is introduced, the burden of the higher section will be reduced. Reduce pressure on higher education by creating skilled workforce. Then the connect classroom learning to real world productivity. So whatever they learn, not only theoretical, but it should be useful in the real world situation. So vocationalization of the education is also important concept in NPE 1986. Then evaluation and sports. So the continuous comprehension is also asked in many exams, in TET or CTET and other competitive exams. What is CCE? Continuous comprehensive evaluation. So it is recommended moving away from rote learning and single day examination system towards accessing students uh, continuously across academic, non-academic, the co-curricular dimensions. So not only testing the academic thing, but also co-curricular activities also tested. That is the main concept. So it is opposed the rote learning. By hearting and writing is not learn, okay, continuously, and evaluation should be continuous one. So CCE, continuous comprehensive evaluation, also is there. Then this NPE given importance for the sports, so physical education. So this policy recognize important role of the sports physical education. So it leads to holistic development, not just academic thing, but also non-academic things also included. So evaluation and sports also given importance for this CCE method, as well as holistic development, not only academic but also sports also, non-academic also included. Then here small MCQs. Okay, in which year the NPE introduced after 1968? So is it 1977 or 1986 or 1992 or 2005? So NPE 86. Then the 1985 document that led to NPE 1986 was titled, in the beginning only I told. So the option is A, education for all; B, challenges in education, a policy perspective; C, learning without burden, the Kothari report. The right answer is the NPE 1986, titled with Challenges in Education, a Policy Perspective. Remember this, this is an important uh, point. Then question number 3. When did Parliament approve the draft of NPE 1986? When it is dropped, we already discussed. So if you're not remember, just go through the previous, like beginning of the video, then you will get. And so the when the approval takes place in which year and date. So the options are January 1985, April 20, 1986, or October 1978, or August 15, 1986. The right answer is April 20, 1986. This NPE 1986 got approved in Parliament. Okay, so the common education structure recommended NPE 1986. Is it 5 plus 3 plus 2, or 5 plus 2 plus 3, or 8 plus 4 plus 3, or 10 plus 2 plus 2. So you want to have the standardized education system. So that is the reason 10 plus 2 plus 3. The 10 is divided into 5 plus primary, uh, 3 plus upper primary, 2 plus secondary education. Okay, so that is included in 10 years. So 10 years of schooling, 2 years of higher secondary, 3 years of degree. This is the right answer. So which concept emphasizes education as a lifelong process? Okay, what is this? Rote learning, B, lifelong education, conventional education, or primary education. So the concept of emphasize education as a lifelong process, lifelong education. Okay, that is the answer. Then NPE 1986 proposed which centers for child protection and education. We already discussed about this. A, youth clubs. B, child care centers, that is Shishu Samrakshana Kendralu, or employment bureaus, or sports academies. So the right answer is NPE 1986 proposed child care centers, that is ECC, that is Shishu Samrakshana Kendral. Option B is the right one. Okay, then what is the full form of ECCE? Okay, if you know this, just comment. Early child care and education, elementary child core education, every child care education, early classroom, core environment. The right answer is, probably everybody knows, elementary child care education. So, sorry, the right answer is early child care and education. ECCE, early child care and education. The right answer. Okay, NPE 1986, National System of Education, ensure that education of A, only technical quality, B, comparable quality for all, C, low cost only, D, only for urban areas. So the right answer is option B, comparable quality for all. That means everybody has to get the standardized education, quality education. Then uh, in the 10 plus 2 plus 3 structure, the 10 years was broken as already I discussed. Okay, the option is A, primary plus 5 years secondary. Then option B, 5 years, 5 primary plus 3 upper primary, 2 higher school. Then the C option is 8 elementary plus 2 secondary. Then D option is 10 continuous primary education. The right answer is answer B, 5 years of primary, 3 years of upper primary, 2 years of high school. So that is the thing. Then question number 10, NPE 1986 recommended moving away from rote learning towards what? A, only exams. C, continuous comprehensive evaluation, that is CCE. C, single day testing. D, physical punishment. The right answer is, so it is moving away from rote learning to towards continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE. Okay, you have to remember this. So the answer is given here. Then just remember the abbreviations. NPE 1986, NPE, National Policy on Education 1986, ECCE. You have to remember Early Childhood Care and Education. What is CCE? Continuous Comprehensive Evaluation. What is SCST? Scheduled Caste, that is SC. ST means Scheduled Tribes. 10 plus 2 plus 3 is the common education structure across India. So this legacy will discuss a policy born from public debate. They are consulted many people, and which was approved in Parliament April 20, 1986, that set India's on the path to equitable education, modern education, and lifelong education. So you have to concept NEP is born for the out of public debate, not private policy, and it is approved on 28th April 1986, and it is a pathway for equitable irrespective of caste, creed, region, religion, modern, okay, using technology, lifelong education, like using distance education and other non-conventional method. So it is the national education system, equity, equality for all, lifelong learning. Then vocationalization. You also introduce skill-based education, which will be useful for the employment generation purpose. I hope things from this particular class, okay, uh, do share with your friends and like the content, that will be helpful to you. All the best.